Hello students, in our today's lecture of the taxation, we are going to apply the whatever we have done in the previous lecture, including bonus, commission, all the type of the allowances, perquisite, provident fund and other deduction and other so many things, right? So now all together we are going to solve the various practicals regarding the income from the salary, that we have to find out the taxable salary of any assessee. How can we find out and make a statement of the salary of the any assessee, including all the points that we have covered in our previous lectures. Each and every point are covered theoretically. Now we are going to apply in the practical sums. How can we solve these practical sums, including all the topics covered yet? So let's start the main part that asked in your examination, that is the how to solve the practical problems, right? So let's start with the illustration number 18. Kumari Rupal Shah is employed with a firm. A detail of the salary and the other benefit received by her employee from the year ended 31st March 2020 are as follows: annual salary, contribution toward recognized provident fund, employer's contribution, interest, etc. Ascertain her taxable salary for the previous year 2019-20. So we have to prepare a statement of the salary of the Shri Kumari Rupal Shah. So let's start with the calculation. So we have to prepare a statement. Assessment year 2020 and 21, then previous year would be 2019-20. Start with the taxable salary. First point is salary, that is basic salary. Basic annual salary is 4,20,000. So let's write down 4,20,000. Then he contributes in a recognized provident fund. It is a recognized provident fund. In the earlier lecture we have covered the 4 types of the provident fund, that is the statutory, recognized, unrecognized and public provident fund. Out of that 4, he invested or he is contribute in the recognized provident fund. Under the recognized provident fund, employees' contribution is deductible under the section 80C, employer's contribution up to 12%, and the interest on a recognized provident fund is up to 9.5%, right? We have covered in this earlier lecture. So now let's start with the calculation. Employees contribution, now we are not putting in the statement of the salary just because it's a deductible in the section 80C. So let's write down the employer's contribution. C contributes a 42,000 annually to recognized provident fund, that is deductible under section 80C, and employer's contribution is 62,000 per year. So he is contributing 62,000 per month. Up to 12% it is deductible, right? So write minus up to 12% of the salary. Salary means basic salary. 4,20,000 12%. 4,20,000 12%. 50,400 is deductible. So minus 50,400. Remaining amount is taxable. So remaining amount is 11,600 is taxable. Now point number 3. Interest credited to this fund from the date of the credit interest is 30th March 2020 as the premium her of the life at 11% and the amount of rupees 22,000. His contribution is 22,000 and that is interest rate is 11%. So in the recognized provident fund it is deductible up to only 9.5%. Excess of the 9.5 is the taxable interest. So write down taxable interest. He is receiving the interest at rupees 11%. Now up to 9.5% is deductible, so minus 9.5%. Remaining 11 minus 9.5, 1.5. That means 1.5% is a taxable. So how much 1.5% amount we have to find out. So we have to find out the amount at the 1.5%. So in the 11%, the interest would be 22,000. So what if the percentage was 1.5? The interest amount what would be? So 22,000 into 1.5 divided by 11. 22,000 into 1.5 divided by 11. It will come 3,000. So taxable interest is 3,000. Up to 9.5% it is deductible. Excess of the 9.5. Excess कितना है? 9.5 से अगर ज़्यादा होगा तो टैक्सेबल होगा. ज़्यादा कितना है? तो 1.5% है. तो 1.5% हमें इंटरेस्ट ढूंढना पड़ेगा. सो 11% इंटरेस्ट रेट है तो टोटल अमाउंट 22,000 इंटरेस्ट की है. तो अगर इंटरेस्ट रेट 1.5 होगा तो इंटरेस्ट की अमाउंट कितनी आएगी? सो इस हिसाब से हमने फाइंड किया टैक्सेबल इंटरेस्ट ऑन recognized provident fund, that is 3,000 rupees. Then she was paid a 10,400 as a premium of the life insurance policy of the 50,000. But this is the employees providing taken a life insurance policy, that is no provided by the employer, so it's deductible and considered in the section 80C or 80CCC or 80CCD in the kinds of the life insurance premium deduction. So it will not cover in the statement of the salary right now. Now make a total and find out the gross salary. So 4,20,000 plus 11,600 plus 3,000. It will come 4,34,600. That this is gross salary. Out of the gross salary, we have to deduct the deductions minus deductions. We all know that there are three types of deduction under the salary. First is standard deduction. Standard deduction is 50,000. Then second, entertainment allowances. Entertainment allowances, neither he is receiving, neither he is a government employee, so it will come nil. And third point is professional tax. He is paying a professional tax. No information given regarding of the professional tax, so again it will came nil. So 4,34,600 minus 50,000 of the total deduction, remaining taxable amount is 3,84,600. This is the taxable salary. 3,84,600 is taxable salary of rupees of Shri Krupal Shah. Right? This is how we have to calculate the salary statement of any assessee. Now let's move further. We are going to solve the illustration number 19. Illustration number 19. Shri Paresh Mehta is general manager of the Paresh Industry Limited and gets monthly salary of 36,000. entertainment allowance is 1000 per month. He contributes 15% of salary in the recognized provident fund, to which the company contributes 64,800. He has been provided with the rent-free unfurnished house in the city population having less than 10 lakh, whose rental value is 1,20,000 per annum. He has also received a 12,000 as a commission and the 2-month salary as a bonus during the year 2019-20. Interest on 10.5% per annum amounting to 21,000 was credited to the PF account on 31st May 2019. Compute his total gross salary for the assessment year 2020 and 21. So we have to prepare a statement of the salary of Shri Paresh Mehta, right, for the assessment year 20 and 21. So what are the terms he is receiving? Basic salary, entertainment allowances. You should know the condition of the entertainment allowances. Then recognized provident fund, you should know the condition of the recognized provident fund as well as rent free unfurnished house, then bonus and commission, and the interest on the recognized provident fund conditions, right? So let's start the illustration number 19. So this is the statement of the salary of Paresh Mehta. Let's start with his salary. First, salary, that is monthly salary is 36,000. We have to calculate for the annual salary. So 36,000 into 12, it will come 4,32,000. Second, entertainment allowances. Entertainment allowances is fully taxable for the non-government employees, and it is clearly that he is employed in the Paresh Industry Limited. So he is not a government employee. So for the non-government employee. So for the non-government employee, it is a fully taxable. So he is receiving the entertainment allowances 1000 per month. So 1000 into 12, it will come 12,000 taxable entertainment allowances. Then he contributes a 15% of the salary in the recognized provident fund, and the company contributes 64,800. His own contribution deductible under section 80C, but employer's contribution consider over here. So let's write down the employer's contribution. Employer paying 64,800 as a contribution. Out of that, it is deductible up to 12% of the salary. So minus 12% of salary, that is 51,840. Remaining amount is taxable. So 12,960 is a taxable employer's contribution, right? Now, point number 4. He is receiving the rent-free unfurnished accommodation. He is received a rent-free unfurnished house where the population is less than 10 lakhs. So we have to write down the working note. First, rent-free unfurnished accommodation, that is, he is clearly written that the population is less than 10 lakhs. So on the basis of the population, he is provided, that means company is providing accommodation. So when the population is less than 10 lakh, that means it cover on the 7.5% of salary, right? 7.5% of salary. What you mean by the salary? Salary means BABC. So let's calculate the BABC first, then out of this BABC we will take 7.5%. So BABC, B means basic salary, that is 4,32,000 yearly. A, all the taxable allowances. So let's see which are the taxable allowances would be there. Only one entertainment allowances should be there in the taxable, right? So taxable entertainment allowances is rupees 12,000. Then bonus, he is receiving 2 months of the bonus. He is receiving the 2 month of the bonus. So 36,000 into 2. Monthly salary was 36,000 into 2. It will come 72,000. So bonus will come 72,000. Then commission. He is receiving the commission of rupees 12,000. So 12,000. Let's make a total of the BABC, that is 4,32,000 plus 12,000 plus 72,000 plus 12,000. It will come 5,52,000. Five lakh 28,000. Sorry, 5,28,000. 7.5%. It is 39,600 is a taxable value of the rent-free unfurnished house. $39,600 as per the working note number 1. Then point number 5. Commission. He is receiving the commission 12,000. Then he is receiving bonus of rupees 2 months. So 36,000 into 2. It will come 72,000. And last, he receiving the interest of rupees 10.5 under the recognized provident fund. Under the recognized provident fund. So let's find out the excess taxable interest. He is receiving 10.5%. We have tax free up to the 9.5. So 10.5 minus 9.5. It will come 1%. It will come 1%. So for the 10.5% interest is 21,000. So what for the 1% interest will be 21,000 divided by 10.5. It will come 2,000. It will come 2,000. So excess taxable interest is 2,000 under the recognized provident fund. Any other information will be there? There is no other information there. So let's make a total of the gross salary. Let's calculate. 4,32,000 plus 12,000 plus 12,960 plus 39,600 plus 12,000 plus 72,000 plus 2,000. Sorry. It will come 5,82,560. Total came 5,82,560. Out of the gross salary, we will start with the deduction. First, standard deduction. 50,000 for the all the type of the assessee. Then entertainment allowances, but entertainment allowances for the non-government employees are taxable, so it will not include in the deduction. Then professional tax, he given any information about the professional tax. The professional tax regarding in this sum nothing information is given, but in the solution they have deduct the 2400. That might be a printing mistake or something what there. So we will in the sum it is not given, so right now we are not taking a professional tax. Then the sum answer will be differ from the book. So 5,82,516 minus 50,000, it will come 5,32,560. That is total taxable salary of Shri Paresh Mehta, right? Now let's solve the illustration number 21. This is the most important sum that are cover the majority of the points in the illustration number 21. So let's understand the illustration number 21 carefully. Sri Mahavir Parekh is employed with the sole trade firm in Ahmedabad. He is a member of the unrecognized provident fund. He draws the basic salary of rupees 25,000 per annum. Dearness allowances 30% of basic salary. He also get a house rent allowances at a 20% of his basic salary. He pay house rent at a 5,500 per month. He contribute 15% of the basic salary to the fund and also contributes equally. Firm also contribute equally. He retired from the 1st November 2019. That means up to October he served in his firm in the Ahmedabad. After a 28 years of the service, he will get the 5,10,000 accumulated balance from the Provident Fund. He contain of rupees 1,92,000 as the interest of the total contribution made by the both the parties. He also get a 5,40,800 as a gratuity, and his average monthly salary of the year preceding of the month of the retirement is 25,000. On 1st December 2019, he joined the another sole trader firm in the Rajkot. Before that he is serving in the Ahmedabad for the April. Our year started in April to October in the Ahmedabad. After that December he joined the new firm in the December. So December to March he served in another firm. So the salary of rupees 30,000 per month. He also get a 5% commission on sales affected by him. The total sale made by him during the 4 months of the ending 31st March 2020 amounted rupees 16,80,000. He has been provided a rent-free unfurnished house with the firm, who has paid an annual rent of rupees 72,000. His contribution to the recognized provident fund based on the basic pay is 27,180 and firm also contribute equal amount. Compute his taxable salary income from the assessment year 2020 and 21. So let's start the calculation of the Shri Parekh. We have mentioned the period of the previous year, so we can judge on the basis of the present employer and the former employer. So let's make the statement. Let's start the calculation from the by former employer. He worked from 1 April to 31st October. So up to April, May, June, July, August, September, October, 7 months. So we have to calculate all the salary or whatever is given on the basis of the only 7 months. Let's start with the basic salary he is receiving. He is receiving a 25,000 per month salary. We are calculating for 7 months, so 25,000 into 7. It will come 1,75,000. Then second, he is receiving the dearness allowances. Dearness allowances is 30% of the salary. So 1,75,000, 30%. $52,500. Then third point, he also get house rent allowances, HRA, and we have to calculate the house rent allowances as per the conditions. So let's write down the working note related to the house rent allowances. So we write down working note. First point, house rent allowances 7 months. First point, actual HRA received. Actual HRA received by the Mr. Parekh is 20% of his basic salary. So 1,75,000, 20%. It will come 35,000. Then point number 2. Rent paid minus 10% of salary. Rent paid. He is paying the rent of rupees 5,500 for the per month. So 5,500 into 7 months. 38,500 minus 10% of the salary. Here salary means the basic salary plus dearness allowances only for the retirement benefit. So here no clarification is given regarding the dearness allowances for the retirement benefit. So here we will not include in the salary. So only 1,75,000 10%. It will come 17,500. 21,000. And third, he is in Ahmedabad. That means obviously he is not in the 4 mega cities. So 40% of salary. 1,75,000 40%. It will come 70,000. Whichever is less amount is 21,000. That is deductible. 21,000. So HRA, he is receiving the actual HRA 35,000. Out of exempted amount is 21,000. Remaining amount is taxable. So 35,000 minus 21,000. 14,000 is a taxable HRA, right? As per the working note number 1. Then point number 4. He is a member of the unrecognized provident fund and he contributes a 15% of basic salary and the firm also contribute equally. So he is an unrecognized provident fund. Carefully understand that is the unrecognized provident fund, and in the unrecognized provident fund whatever amount employees contribution are deductible under section 80C and employers contribution and interest both are not taxable every year. It will taxable at the time of the accumulated balance received. So right now the employer's contribution is not taxable, but further we can find out the accumulated balance. So at the time of the accumulated balance we will consider as a taxable amount. So the 15% of the salary he is contributing every year, so this part is not taxable just because he is the unrecognized provident fund. He is the member of the unrecognized provident fund, right? Now there is a next accumulated balance information is given. So under the unrecognized provident fund, accumulated balance is a taxable. So he retired on the 1st November 2019 after the 28 years of the service, and he is receiving a 5,10,000 rupees as a accumulated balance. He is receiving the accumulated balance of rupees 5,10,000 including the total of the both the पार्टीज, यानी कि एम्प्लॉई कंट्रीब्यूशन और एम्प्लॉयर का कंट्रीब्यूशन दोनों साथ में मिला के और इंटरेस्ट को साथ में मिला के जो भी अमाउंट मिली है वो 5,10,000 है. बट एम्प्लॉई का कंट्रीब्यूशन जो होता है वो किसके हेड के अंडर टैक्सेबल, इंटरेस्ट की अमाउंट इनकम फ्रॉम अदर सोर्सेज के अंडर टैक्सेबल होती है. बट एम्प्लॉई का जो कंट्रीब्यूशन का अक्यूमुलेटेड बैलेंस है उसमें कोई टैक्स पे नहीं किया जाता, वो तो अंडर सेक्शन 80C के अंडर डिडक्टेबल हो जाता है. बट द एम्प्लॉयर्स कंट्रीब्यूशन है अक्यूमुलेटेड बैलेंस में, वो कितना है, इक्वली है, यानी कि दोनों हाफ हो जाएंगे और हाफ टैक्सेबल हो जाएगा. सो अक्यूमुलेटेड बैलेंस ऑफ एम्प्लॉयर contribution is a half just because he is paid a firm and employee contribute equally. So 5,10,000 half, so it will come 2,55,000. That is clearly written that unrecognized provident fund. Then he is receiving the 1,95,000 of rupees interest also, that is a taxable under the income from the other sources. Then he is receiving the gratuity of rupees 5,40,800 and his average salary of the year preceding of the retirement is 25,000. So we have to calculate the gratuity. He is receiving a gratuity of rupees 5,40,800. So we have to calculate the taxable gratuity. So we have to make a working note number 2, gratuity. First point of the gratuity is actual gratuity received. He is received 5,40,800. Second, it is gratuity covered under section 1972. That is, no clarification is given regarding the gratuity is covered or no under the 1972 Act. So we have assumed that this policy of the gratuity is not covered under section 1972. So what would be the, that is 1/2 of the average salary. So we have to calculate the salary of rupees 25,000 into for the 28 years into 1/2. That is average monthly salary. So 25,000 into 28 into 1/2, it will come 3,50,000. And third point, maximum amount exempted 20 lakh. Whichever is less is exempted. So obviously 3,50,000 is exempted. So minus exempted 3,50,000. That is remaining amount is taxable. 5,40,800 minus 3,50,000, it will come 5,19,800. So these are the points that are received from the former employer. So let's make a total of this. All of this, it will come 6,87,300. Now present employer. In the Rajkot, he starts his job from the December. So 1st December to 31st March. December, January, February and March. Only 4 months. What are the points he is receiving from the present employer? First is salary. Salary is 30,000 per month. So 30,000 into 4. 1,20,000. Then second point, he is receiving the commission 5% on the sales and total sale is 16,80,000. So commission 5% on sales. Sales is 16,80,000 5%. It will come 84,000. Then point number 3. He is received rent-free unfurnished house. The annual rate pay 72,000 rupees. So rent-free unfurnished house. So we have to make a working note on the unfurnished accommodation. Working note number 3. यहाँ पे देखना पड़ेगा कि फर्म का हाउस किसका है, फर्म का ओन है या वो तो रेंट पे कर रहा है. तो यहाँ पे क्लियरली रिटन है कि फर्म हैज़ टू पे द एनुअल रेंट ऑफ ₹72,000, यानी कि फर्म रेंट पे लेके इसको दे रहा है. तो फर्म 72,000 रुपीज़ का रेंट पे कर रही है. सो यहाँ पे पॉपुलेशन की बेसिस पे नहीं होगा. किस बेसिस पे होगा? Actual rent provided or 15% of the salary, whichever is less. So we have to find out the actual rent, that is 24,000 or 15% of salary. Here 15% of the salary means BABC. So let's calculate the BABC. Carefully understand, BABC consider only for the present employer, from the present employer. So BABC, let's find out the BABC. Basic salary 1,20,000. Allowances, there is no other allowances are given in the value of the present employer, so it will not consider. Bonus is also not given. Commission is given 84,000. So basic salary was 1,20,000 and the commission was 84,000. So 1,20,000 plus 80,000, it will come 2,04,000. 2,04,000's 15%. It will come 30,600. 30,600. Whichever is less, obviously 24,000 is less. So it's a taxable rent-free accommodation is 24,000. Then his contribution to the recognized provident fund. Carefully understand, now he is a member of the recognized provident fund. Then on the basic pay of rupees 27,180, firm has also contributed the equal amount. So employees contribution deductible under the section 80C, but in the employer's contribution is taxable. Employer contribution is 27,180 minus up to 12% is deductible. So 12% of salary is 1,20,000. So 1,20,000 is 12%. It will come including the commission. So 1,20,000 plus 84,000. It will come 2,04,000 is 12%. 24,480. Commission on sales will be included at the time of the salary in the employer's contribution. So 27,180 minus 24,480. 2,700. Total amount from the present employer is 2,30,700. Now gross salary from the both the employer is 6,87,300 plus 2,30,700. Total is 9,18,000. Out of that we will start with the deductions. First is standard deduction 50,000. Entertainment allowances, he is not a government employee. Then professional tax, no information regarding professional tax is given, so we will deduct only a 50,000 rupees. Remaining amount is 8,68,000 is a taxable salary. Understood? This kind of the sum, long sum, are asked in your examination for the 15 marks, and as well as you have to write down all the working notes, right? Thank you.